All right, I believe we are live now. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here. Not alone with my boy Antoine from Border Life Radio. Antoine, how's it going, man?
How you guys doing, man? How you guys doing, man? I appreciate you having me on once again. My younger brother Chase. I am happy to be on the official YouTube channel, man. There's a lot to talk about, man. How you been?
I've been doing good, man. And said Antoine's right. There is a lot to talk about. So today we are going to be talking about WWE Battleground. And if you are watching this live, you can send in your questions. And then after we're done talking about Battleground, we'll answer some questions. We're going to talk about a little bit about SummerSlam 2014. I know the whole card is not there. We don't have everything all set up for SummerSlam 2014. But we will talk about the major matchup between John Cena and Brock Lesnar, answer more questions, and then do some general wrestling discussion. If you're watching this via the archives, welcome. But if you're watching this live, I hope you guys enjoy the experience with us. Antoine, are you ready to talk about the most amazing pay-per-view of the year, Battleground 2014?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about how amazing this damn pay-per-view was.
It surpassed WrestleMania for me.
Yeah, man. It was the best pay-per-view they've had in the past 3 years, man. It was.
I would
Oh
even say
God.
better. I would say even better than Money in the Bank 2011. In all honesty, I mean,
Oh, me
this
too, bro.
pay-per-view was garbage.
Woo-wee. Garbage, man. Absolute
This
garbage.
pay-per-view sucked so bad. And I know a lot of people said like it was like a mess show or a good show, but honestly, I just can't see how anyone can really call this a good show. In my personal opinion, I thought this show was pretty damn bad.
It was. It gave me a headache, man. I didn't really like anything. Battleground was the pay per view. I was like, look, man, they got to WrestleMania 31 with me, man. When I go out there to really impress me, bro. And I'm a wrestling fan, and I'm probably gonna watch. I'm not gonna be that guy to say I'm not gonna watch it anymore. But my entertainment level is really getting lower now. There were some things that I previously missed. We'll get into that later. Recent episodes of Monday Night Raw that was very intriguing. But as far as Battleground, that pay per view sucked, man. It was horrible, bro. I didn't
Hmm.
like. I mean, you get guys doing a splash. The Usos do a splash to kick out. They say this is awesome after kicking out of a damn finisher after every damn thing. I mean, everybody's. What's up with wrestling fans now, man? Why are they so easily entertained, man? That's a
Because
level match.
this is what happens. This is what happens. We get so much fucking shit throughout the year. We just get so much fucking shit. It just piles up. And then when something looks good out of that piece of shit, we just think everything's awesome. We just think everything's great. That's why everyone this like for me personally, Monday Night Raw was actually a good episode last night. I'll actually admit that. But so many people were calling this the greatest episode, the best episode ever. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! It's because all the other Raws were garbage, right? Because I thought 3 weeks ago when Jericho, AJ Lee, and The Miz were fucking returning, that was the greatest episode of all time. So why are you changing your mind? It's because we just get piled on with so much shit. Then when something actually looks good, we're like, wow, this is awesome. And really, to be honest, I just thought the Usos and Wyatt's match, it was just good. That was it. It was definitely the best match of the night, but I wouldn't even give it 4 stars, or if I wanted to do star ratings, I wouldn't give it 4 stars. It was just a solid, good match. That's all I really saw that match to be.
Yeah, man, it was a good matchup. I mean, my grandmother's gotten back into it. She's been more of the old school. She's kind of like a normal fan. She doesn't know anything from the back ends of it. So we're watching it, and her favorites are the Usos. She didn't want them to lose. She loves those guys, but we was watching the matchup, and we're like, this is good, but compared to what I've seen, this is it's four. It's a four, 3.5, depending on what if you're a hard grader, but. I mean, it was all right, man. I mean, the match was good. This pay per view overall, man. I know we got many other things to talk about, but this pay per view overall, man, was whack. The main event was fucking garbage. I was eating fucking chicken nuggets and fries, and I was more interested in eating my fucking ketchup, bro.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
was more interested in
the
eating my
Divas.
ketchup, dog.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, this show was just it just wasn't good. I mean, the Divas title match. I'm tired of. I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong. I love me some Paige. Paige is one of my favorite women's wrestlers today. But I'm not going to defend her on everything, man. And it's so ridiculous. So many people are defending this match, this Paige and AJ Lee match. It was bad. Just admit it. It was bad. Fucking Paige had a bad match. AJ Lee had a bad match. It's not the end of the world, guys. Lita and Trish Stratus did not always put on the great fucking women's wrestling matches of the world. I mean, Lita and Trish Stratus at Unforgiven 06, I think is highly overrated by so many fans. Lita versus Trish Stratus in that main event of Raw, Lita fucking broke her neck during that match, and that match was sloppy as fuck. I'm just saying, Lita and Trish did not always have the best matches in the world. It's okay for Paige and AJ Lee to have a bad match. You can say it, internet fans. It's not impossible. I know it's hard for you because you love these two women and you're afraid they won't tweet you and you're afraid they won't favorite your tweets or whatever. But they would like it if you're honest with them. I mean, they're not bad wrestlers. They're not. We're not saying they're bad wrestlers. They just had a bad match. And every wrestler has that one bad match or two bad matches or three bad matches. Or if you're Eric Rowan, a lot of bad matches. So, you know, all honesty, these guys had a bad match. These divas had a bad match. That's all I got to say. It's not a bad thing. It's not being mean towards them. It's just the truth. They had a bad match.
I mean, some things, just don't happen that way. I mean, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels didn't always have the greatest matches at first. It took time for them to get it together. I mean, things happen, man. I mean, if you've seen some of the very first Undertaker and Bret Hart matches, you'd be like, eh. But, after a while, they get a little bit seasoned and they got better. It takes time for people to get chemistry. The matchup card sounds good. I mean, but, sometimes it don't work out, and you're absolutely right, man. It don't work out sometimes, but you move on. They will gain chemistry. They will gain more with stuff going on. If WWE was smart, they could have built this for a period of time to have these guys actually have them fight at a different time. I mean, let's say AJ Lee came back. I mean, I wouldn't say she had necessarily come back against Paige, but then again, it makes storyline sense because she beats her. But this was a WrestleMania type match people wanted to see. I mean, the only three wrestlers that are really worth it at this point, you might add somebody else, but it's really them two and Naomi, really.
No, Naomi's gone because they decided Cameron was more important than her. Fuck this company.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she lost. I don't get it. Man.
So depressing, man. So depressing. I just want to say, Antoine, did you watch anything of the Paige heel turn or not?
I saw that. Okay. Yeah.
Because you told me you didn't watch Raw. Now, my question is, well, why did they save the Paige heel turn for Monday Night Raw? I understand why they did it, but why not do it here at Battleground, and then afterwards you give Paige in 1 hour segment, like one of the segments, in the main hours, and explain why she turned heel. I mean, I think that would have been interesting TV, and I mean, Battleground is a filler pay-per-view, and I thought that this would have helped, at least me get interested for what's coming down the line, that's for sure. But, I'm fine with when they did the heel turn on Monday Night Raw, but I just wish they kind of did it at Battleground, in my personal opinion.
Yep, I agree. I think they could have did it at Battleground after the match was over, could have done the same damn thing, and it would have had the impact, and it would have been a lot better than doing it now, and a meaningless match right now. And, yeah, man, I didn't like it, man. I also thought the Bray Wyatt Jericho match was very flat.
Oh God, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk about another match. No, that match was garbage, man. That match was garbage too. Let me talk about Jack Swagger and Rusev. This one was actually okay. I didn't mind this match. Yeah, I liked the ending. I just hated that fucking Sheamus. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he missed the tapings last night, and so they had to do an impromptu Swagger versus Rusev match on main event on television. Main event. They did an impromptu Swagger versus Rusev match at main event.
Wow.
They didn't even. That pisses me off. Fuck you, Sheamus. Fucking maybe this is Sheamus' heel turn to get us pissed off that he made Jack Swagger wrestle on main event. But I liked Rusev versus Swagger. It was okay, but that's all I can really say about it. At least they're building towards the future. But this one, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. At least they're building towards the future and doing what they have to do to try to keep Rusev hot, keep him going. It's sad the storyline had to be dropped because the references that Lana made, which and this shows how stupid the world is today. This world has been pussified, Antoine, because I've been saying this. She's a TV character. That's like me getting mad at Walter White because he's a meth dealer. That's like me getting mad at Dexter because he's a serial killer. That's like me getting mad at the zombies from Walking Dead because they are zombies. These are TV. She's a TV character.
What do people not understand that the WWE, these guys are TV characters? Because, yeah, Randy Orton, he's definitely an IED freak. He's going to fucking kick me in the head when I meet him in real life. No, I'm pretty sure Randy Orton will fucking shake my hand. Oh, yeah, Rusev, he's probably the biggest douchebag in the world being that Russian guy. No, I'm pretty sure if I met Rusev, me and him would have a nice casual conversation. I'm just saying it's so stupid how Lana is getting ripped on this and the WWE has to hold her back just because we're afraid of bad press. WWE, you have never been afraid of bad press, motherfuckers. You guys were the ones that continued the freaking Over the Edge when Owen Hart died. Y'all continued that show. You guys had Billy and Chuck pretend to be a gay couple. They went on all these mainstream shows talking about how they were gay. And then during the wedding, they said, we only did this for publicity. You had that, and you got bad press for that, but you didn't give a shit because it was ratings. So why do you give a shit now about Lana and USA and stuff? It's not like fucking we're going to start a war with Russia because a TV character on a WWE product is talking shit. That is stupid. Fuck this company. Fuck this world sometimes. It's just so pussified. Like, it's like we should hug trees and fucking love everyone. It's like, no, man. It's like, grow some balls, America. Seriously.
Man, this world was built on conflict. This world thrives on conflict, and it thrives on being honest as possible. And this world is getting softer and softer and softer. They talk about be a bully, don't be a bully, be a star, but yet Ryback is slapping people the segment after.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I don't know, man. This is crazy. I don't see no problem with it. I think Lana's the best thing, damn near, and one of the top 10 best things going on in that company right now. Lana is.
Exactly. Yeah, no, she is. She comes out there, says her points. Yeah, it's the same points, but she makes more sense than Bray Wyatt most of the time when Bray Wyatt's on the microphone because Bray Wyatt just rambles on about the same shit. So, yeah, I feel bad. He does. Yeah. I feel bad for Lana, and I hope that they solve this fucking situation. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, I thought was awesome what they did with them. What did you think? Because like some fans are mixed. Some fans liked that they didn't have a match. I'm one of those fans. I'm like that they didn't have a match because I thought you could have saved this to SummerSlam. But were you one of the fans that are like, no, they should have had a match instead? Where did you stand on the whole Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins thing?
Last year, the Shield was the biggest thing that the WWE had last year going into this year. It's been a year and a half of them, almost 2 years of them destroying people. The breakup has to take time. It has to develop. You can't just have the matchup on a flat-ass pay-per-view with two of the three of the biggest upcoming stars you have in your company, period. These are two of the three biggest up-and-coming stars you have right now. Top three. You can't just throw them to the wolves on this pay-per-view. If you wanted to save anything, you had to save this one.
Yes. I agree because I agree because really, to be honest here, I want people to check out a SummerSlam as much as possible, and I'm pretty sure Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins is that one thing that could help boost maybe the interest of SummerSlam if it was on the card. It's their first time ever. You can't have a first time ever match on a filler pay-per-view because that's just dumb to me. First time ever's on filler pay-per-views, I don't know, man. That's just dumb. Like, what if Brock and Austin first time ever on a filler pay-per-view? They never did a filler pay-per-view. It was like Survivor Series was like the first time Rock and Austin ever wrestled against each other. So I'm just saying, when you have a match this big, you don't do this on like Battleground, Payback, stuff like that. Those aren't good shows. Those aren't good shows to do it. So really, to be honest here, I'm glad that they saved it. I agree with you, man. I thought they did some good stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was a great storyline. It was the most entertained I was the whole night. Just being a wrestling fan, not trying to sit here and dissect everything, but I'm just saying as far as my pure entertainment, everything I judge is on an entertainment basis. I was watching it, and then I was watching the parking lot scene. I was like, yo, they're doing the right thing here. They're doing the right thing here. Go ahead. These are two of the three the biggest stars you've had in the past 2 years. Let this build. Do not continue to just push everything out there, bro, and throw all your, blow your load, so to say, on every damn thing that you're doing. Just let it build. Let it build. Let Dean Ambrose develop that crazier character even more. Let the whole thing have some camaraderie. And you can tell Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose have a lot backstage to do with their storyline. You can tell they're saying no to a lot of shit. You can tell they're saying no to a lot, bro.
And also you can tell Triple H is having his influence on this as well, because Triple H, he's someone that likes a lot of the NXT guys. Like, I always say that Triple H has like his NXT favorites, and that if you get brought up by Triple H, he's gonna do anything and anything possible to make your character over, and he will teach you the Triple H rules. Like I really feel like he's trying to form like the Leftovers Club with Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Cesaro, and then everyone else is like whatever, the Leftovers Club. These are the Leftovers Club. Like everyone that is not a part of the Breakfast Club, you joined the Leftovers Club. So that's what I think they're trying to do in the future. But Triple H is doing a good job, with dispute. Same with Seth Rollins, same with Dean Ambrose. Now, Jericho and Wyatt sucked dick. That was just the bottom line. That match was terrible. I don't want anyone defending it. It was botchy. It was bad. And then the promo from Bray Wyatt on Monday was bad. I don't care what anyone says. Ooh, Bray Wyatt's awesome. Yeah, Bray Wyatt is awesome, but his promos suck now because he keeps saying the same shit. Oh, yeah, hey, rabbit should have raised. Mumbo jumbo, 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 jumbo. That's Bray Wyatt nowadays. That's all he says.
Man, Solid Monster said it best. Shout out to Jay Solid Monster, my brother. Yes. Much love to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. He's the man, bro. I love his fucking podcast. Check him out, man. Go to Google the Solid Monster Sounds Off. Check him out, man. Give us a quick plug for him. Listen to all radio podcasts out there. That guy is top notch at what he does. Bray Wyatt, they made the mistake of Bray Wyatt. If you want to compare him to Jake the Snake, here's the difference. Jake the Snake's promos were very off and on. You didn't get them all the time. You never got you get a Jake the Snake promo like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and it would give him time to develop more of what he wanted to say. And he only wrestled one, and you only saw him on TV one time per week. So it didn't get diluted. When Jake the Snake said something, you felt it because he wasn't always out there. Bray Wyatt is on Raw talking. He's on SmackDown talking. He's on Main Event sometimes talking. And eventually it gets diluted. The impact isn't the same.
Exactly.
Especially when you're saying shit that people has to think about what you're saying. It's like me as a motivational speaker, life coach. There's only so many speeches I can make before people just be like, all right, bro, like we've heard this shit before. You have to be very sparingly with what you do, and you have to come different every time. The problem with a Jake the Snake kind of character or a Bray Wyatt, not saying there's anything wrong with those characters, but they're very one-tracked. When you play that crazy type shit, that crazy intellectual type shit where people have to read through it, you're very one-dimensional. So you have to be as creative as. Remember when Bray Wyatt used to say some shit, you'd be like, oh. Now it's like, okay, bro, what are you talking about?
Exactly, and that's the thing I was telling people in my Raw reviews for weeks now, that the WWE just views Bray Wyatt right now as just this good promo guy, and they're sending them out there to speak too much. He's saying too much. Don't make him talk all the fucking time. Have him wrestle matches. It's not that hard. That's how you build superstars, is also wrestling matches, WWE. Have him wrestle some more. Have him just not talk at all sometimes. Like, they make this guy talk too much, and I get it. He's one of the best mic workers, but I was just saying this. The only reason why this guy is over right now is because he has an entrance. His entrance looks sick as fuck. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says about Bray Wyatt. He has a sick fucking entrance. But that's it. That's all I see right now. That's how this guy's over. John Cena buried this motherfucker when he had a chance to be a fucking star. That would have helped him a lot, but now it's just like, nope. He's just not there yet. He's not there to becoming a star yet. That's just my personal opinion. And until we see more of just him doing stuff inside the ring, and until we see more of character development instead of just him coming out there cutting promos every week, I don't know if this guy's going to be really that major of a star.
Yeah, especially with what happened last night. If you're going to have this guy eventually be a world champion, you have to protect him on a heel side like they protect Roman Reigns on the babyface side. Mm-hmm. You have to protect him not all the time, but, a way where if you protect him, it doesn't look like so obvious like they would do with John Cena or anybody else. The Wyatts get thrown out, okay, but there's another Wyatt is going to lose, and you're dead set. There is a way he can lose without just getting a code breaker, 1, 2, 3. You can add something to the point where he loses in a way where it's like, well, damn, they have to rematch at SummerSlam. Now there's no damn reason. You attack Chris Jericho at the locker room. Chris Jericho already beat you. The fuck is the point now?
Yeah, and the worst part of the promo that he said, that whole promo on Raw, where Bray Wyatt was like, we lay ravage to everything that we touch here in the WWE. I'm like, Bray Wyatt, y'all are losers. Y'all have not done anything since coming to the WWE. Your boys can't win the tag team titles. You failed at ending John Cena's legacy. You failed at getting Daniel Bryan to join the Wyatt family. You failed at beating the Shield. And then you also failed at kidnapping Kane, because Kane came back, a week later. No, not a week later. I'm joking. But, 3 months later, and he's like, oh, now let me take off my mask. I'm a part of the corporation. So it's just so damn dumb. This guy has not done shit. Why are they trying to make this guy like he's some insane psychopath? No, he's not an insane psychopath. He's just some guy wearing Hawaiian shirts, and he just likes to act like that he has won all the time. But what happens when this guy doesn't win anymore? What are you guys going to do with him on the microphone? Say that, oh, I'm still a winner? Like, that's just being a baby. That's just like, they should just put him in a diaper and just be like, wait, I win all the time.
It's losing a sting, man. It's losing a sting. And somebody that likes to hear complicated shit like that, myself, and I rap kind of like that. I rap I make music. I rap on a more thoughtful level and things of that nature. This kind of stuff, man, is kind of and I'm kind of like about it, because I see Bray and I'd be happy for him and I want him to do well. Hell, he's probably him, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Those four are my 4 favorite guys right now. But Bray Wyatt is starting to lose steam with me. I'm not turning my back on him, but I'm also looking at it like, man, there has to be a way where he doesn't talk as often, and there has to be a way where his character is stronger. When you're psychotic like that, your character is supposed to be stronger. You're not just supposed to be taking code breakers and lose. If you're going to do that, you do that at SummerSlam, where Chris Jericho just did. You don't do that at Battleground on a meaningless pay-per-view. You don't do that. If you're going to give Chris Jericho the edge and you're dead set on him losing, have him lose at the biggest moment. It's like okay, you lose to John Cena at SummerSlam, then you beat him next month in a cage match, and it still doesn't mean the same as if you would have won at WrestleMania. You lose at Battleground, but you win at SummerSlam, and the impact isn't the same because you lost at Battleground. Just the way it goes, man. You gotta protect these guys better. Especially if you want them to get up there.
That's one thing I said in my review, is like, I felt like they didn't do a good job protecting Bray Wyatt in this one. Like, it wasn't like it was like this all-out war, and then it was like, Bray Wyatt got caught by this quick little code breaker, caught by a roll-up. It was just kind of like, whatever. So who knows what they're going to do with Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho. I believe there's an IC title battle royale that The Miz won. Good for The Miz. Miz deserved it, so I'm fine with that.
You know me, man. I was never a big fan of The Miz. I haven't been. I mean, I think Del Rio's worse. But I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him for sticking with it, not giving up on it. Because Miz, Ziggler, all them guys are in that situation where if they turned around and left, I wouldn't be surprised. But let me ask you a quick question. This has something to do with The Miz and Dolph Ziggler. You know what I think has hurt wrestling a little bit?
What?
I think the element of jobbers has lost a lot of sting, man, in my opinion. Because you have guys who are talented now losing every week instead of guys being built up by beating kind of guys who are enhancement guys to enhance the person's careers. And, when you have Randy Orton, who's the champion, beating Dolph Ziggler is talented enough to be where Randy Orton is, at least on some people's level. Or let's say, or Miz or something like that. When you have these talented guys losing, that's where a lot of the complaints come from. This guy needs to push, that guy needs to push. But the problem is people lose. You notice that the people they say needs to push the most are the people that are losing all the time. Mm-hmm. Damien Sandow, The Miz. Some people even say Adam Rose. Some people say Dolph Ziggler. These 4 guys are losing on a regular basis. They're the enhancement guys. They're the jobbers now.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the guys that we want to root for to do better. You have guys at the top, and the 4 guys at the bottom, like a Sandow or a Miz or a Dolph Ziggler, are guys who are talented enough to at least be upper mid-card. I'm not saying everybody needs to be a World Heavyweight Champion, but at least talented to be where the Miz is at right now or a little higher. And somebody's got to lose. You take those 4 guys out there. You take Zack Ryder, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, Damien Sandow, Adam Rose out the equation. You take all 5 of them off the roster, including Kofi Kingston, make that 6. Who's going to lose?
Exactly. Those 6 would be the losers right there.
Who's going to lose? And that's the problem, and that leads to your point. I'm glad The Miz is getting an opportunity. I'm glad Dolph Ziggler has been premiumly shown on TV. I'm not the biggest fan of both guys. I think they're cool. I'm not the biggest fans of them, but I will say that I'm glad they're getting their opportunity to shine. That's it, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, really, to be honest here, like there's some guys like Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater that could be perfect enhancement guys for the WWE, but they don't use them. They don't use the one man rock band all that well. Cesaro got eliminated by Heath Slater too, which was pretty funny if you ask me. I love Cesaro, but I know that WWE's cooling off on him because this company doesn't know how to build like 5 stars anymore in 1 year. They just know how to only build 2 or 3. Lee Kelly wanted to point it out. The Wyatts beat the Shield where it mattered on pay-per-view. Fuck Raw, no one remembers that. Well, Lee Kelly, I'll say this. The Wyatts' mission was to end the Shield. They didn't end the Shield, did they, Lee Kelly? Go watch those promos because I remember when Bray Wyatt said, we're going to end you to Shield. You're going to realize that you're not the powerful team we are, and we're going to destroy you at the end of the day. So remember that, Lee Kelly. Remember that because they said they would destroy the Shield. They didn't destroy the Shield. Seth Rollins destroyed the Shield. Seth Rollins completed what Bray Wyatt couldn't complete. So I'm just saying, they said they would destroy the Shield. They didn't. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just throwing my point out there, Lee Kelly. That's why I say they failed at beating the Shield because they did not destroy them. They did it. They said they would, but they didn't. So I'm just stating out facts. I'm just stating out facts there. I'm just stating out facts. But when it comes down to it, the main event of the night was just decent. It was actually much better than what I was expecting from the 4-way. I was surprised that they added a little bit more to it because it was definitely decent though. Roman Reigns just killed it. Like he was the man in that whole fucking match, and I just was hoping for that moment where he would win. And then I was just gonna play Antoine Son, Roman Reigns, Heart of the Warrior, like 5 times on loop, as Roman Reigns was gonna celebrate the title. But Roman Reigns did not win. John Cena had 8 million rest spots, and John Cena did the usual. AA wins, and it was the right booking decision of how they did it because Roman Reigns got taken out by Randy Orton. So you're teasing that Roman Reigns may want something to do with Randy Orton. Then you have John Cena, do the little stupid AA on top of Randy and Kane. So you know what? Yeah, again, it's the same finishes to a different pay-per-view. But yeah, so John Cena and Randy Orton really. John Cena wins, retains the WWE Heavyweight title. Really, whatever. We knew this was coming. No need to bitch about it because we knew it. It was just. The match was much better than I was expecting. It was definitely passable for a main event match. It wasn't a great main event, but it definitely earns the pass of saying, like, okay, this was a pretty solid main event. This was a pretty solid main event. So, honestly, I was fine with the solid main event that they did.
For what they had to do, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. For what they had with that and what they had to do, even though the matchup, I was kind of like about it, watching it sometimes. They did the best they could with the 4 of them, and with Kane being the serviceable worker, Randy Orton being a great worker. Some people's gonna hate. No, Randy Orton is very consistent, whether you like him or not. The dude's always showing up, and the dude always does his best on the card. Please, people, stop killing the man. Cena being Cena and Roman Reigns really working his way up. I'm glad Roman Reigns is starting to add some move sets to what he's doing. A couple of them. I'm glad. I'm glad it's more than just a punch and a spear now. He's trying to add a few more things slowly. If you watch Roman Reigns at FCW, he had a greater move set. In the WWE, they strip you down to a certain point. There's only so much you can do. They go for impact moves instead of the build up to the impact like Daniel Bryan used to do. You notice when Daniel Bryan got more famous, everything just became kicks, headbutt, quick flip up, and a running knee.
Yeah, exactly.
But before then, he was doing more moves, more submissions. So the bigger you get at the top, the more stripped down you kind of are. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. I think the matchup, I didn't like the finish of the matchup. I was like, every finish to me tonight fell flat. That's the way I feel. Every finish tonight, I wasn't like, oh, it started at the pre-show. Oh, God. The Cameron one, then I'm like watching Usos match, and I know they did the double splash or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I understood why they did it. It didn't have that impact. The code breaker on Bray Wyatt was like, okay, I watched him click 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, wow. Mm-hmm. The AJ Lee and Paige match, I was like, eh. So, I feel you, man. It's just, I don't know. This pay-per-view was just,
Yeah, this pay-per-view just wasn't good. I mean, to me, it wasn't good. I mean, if you liked, booking-wise, this was probably one of their better pay-per-views booking-wise. but they just didn't deliver inside the ring. The talent was just saying, hey, let's just get to fucking Los Angeles. I just want to go have a fun little summer vacation in LA for SummerSlam. They're more excited about going to California. They're going to be here in Cali, and I'll be there too. I'm going to hang out around these superstars. Try to talk to them about bullshit and act like normal people with them. Who knows? But anyways, let's talk about the SummerSlam since this is the main topic of the video. SummerSlam 2014 discussion, and really, to be honest, I know the card is slim and there's nothing on there really. But, you can kind of predict what's going to happen on this card. But the main match, Cena versus Brock Lesnar, will be the main topic. Antoine, what do you think about this matchup here, Cena versus Lesnar? What are your thoughts on it? I want to know.
WWE's desperate. They're desperate to me. I think they're desperate. I think at this point, Brock has become. How can I say this? Brock has tried to become the saving tool they really have. It's like when WWE gets stale after like 5 months, let's bring Brock back and have him wrestle one match and then leave again, just so people will watch it. It's kind of becoming that, And this matchup, I'm like, all right, man. At this point, the IWC, the internet, wrestling community, they're at a point now where they're in a situation where pie's being thrown in their face kind of in a way, because it's like, I hate John Cena. Brock Lesnar's a part-timer, but I hate Brock Lesnar because he's a part-timer, but I'd rather have a part-timer not be on the show every week with the belt than opposed to having a guy I hate have the title. If Brock Lesnar wins, a part-timer's winning the title. If John Cena wins, it's the same old shit. So either way, it's a shitty ending.
Yeah, it's a shitty ending, and that's the thing. I think no one wins in this situation.
No one
match. Because I'm making a video later today about talking more in detail about this, but no one fucking wins. Because Cena wins, it's same old shit, fuck this company. How do you have this goofball beat fucking Brock Lesnar, the dude who ended the streak? And if Brock wins, it's like, oh, great, a part-timer won the belt. That means no house shows for the title, WWE has to worry about that. No, that's what these motherfuckers say. There's no house shows because if you spend the title on the house show.
Majors, bro. Remember, they're business majors, Chase. They know the ins and outs.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
They're in accounting too, man. They know what's going on.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, definitely a huge money match. I'm not denying that fact. I'm not trying to argue that fact. That is the truth. It's a money match. But in all honesty, just long term, no one fucking wins because, like, what? Brock wins, and then what? Next month at Night of Champions, John Cena gets it back, and everyone's supposed to be okay with that shit? Really? I'm okay with John Cena just winning the title back randomly? Huh? What? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Well, why can't this? It makes no sense to me because, like, everyone's just sitting there and just gonna eat this shit and say it's good. Why? Because Brock Lesnar's gonna beat the shit out of Cena? Yeah, because that was so good, Extreme Rules 2012, right, guys? Right? That was so damn good in Extreme Rules 2012. No, I'm not sitting here eating this shit and liking the taste of it. Damian Sandow can do that all he wants. Cody Rhodes can do that all he wants. A bunch of superstars in the back can go there and do that all they want. But me as a fan, I'm not going to eat the shit and like the taste of it. I'm not excited for Cena versus Lesnar. If y'all are excited for it, that's your business. That is your business. You can be excited for this matchup. Me, I just don't give a shit. I'd rather see Cena versus Roman Reigns, in all honesty. I want to see Cena versus Reigns. And I've been wanting to see that matchup for a while. I've been saying, like, ever since Roman Reigns Money in the Bank, you might as well just give him the title. You might as well. Might as well. Cena versus Lesnar, does that shit really need a title? No, you don't need a title for Cena versus fucking Lesnar. You don't need a belt for that match. That match is big enough as it is.
Yep.
You don't need no damn belt.
You don't need no belt for it. You really don't need no belt. You really don't need, the only thing at this point is never going to happen while we're living, while we're breathing, and even after John Cena's dead. But the only way you can do this is to find some fucking way, which is never going to happen. The only way you can save this, and if some kind of swerve happens, and John Cena on everybody's Christmas list turns heel on this matchup, which is not going to happen. It's not. But I'm just saying that's the only way.
I don't think him turning heel will help either, because then you make Brock Lesnar into a babyface, which is stupid.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
And then the only way that you turn him heel is by aligning himself with Paul Heyman, and then you're forced to making Brock Lesnar your big bad babyface. And then what? You have Cena beat him at that. So you bring Brock back for 2 matches just for Cena to beat him 2 times, 2 straight. Like, so Cena beat them 2 straight, but he's a heel, so it's all fucking okay now. Oh, John Cena's a bad guy now, Chase. It doesn't matter. No, it does matter because you motherfuckers are hypocrites. Y'all saying you don't want him to beat him, but it's okay if he turns heel. No. What does Cena being heel do for the company at this point? Oh, makes it great for that Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania 31. Knowing WWE's dumbass, they would probably have Randy Orton versus John Cena at WrestleMania 31. Knowing WWE's dumbass. I'm just saying, Cena turning heel does not give this match an excuse if he does. It's just stupid. It is stupid because Cena turning heel would just do nothing. It would just make him more cheered. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, bro. I feel you where you coming from with that, man. I agree with you. Bro. It's just there's no win situation for these guys, man. Everybody's like, oh God, this is gonna be a matchup. You know what's most annoying? Those guys who are fans of the WWE and they know they're tired of it, but they just eat the shit anyway just because they want to. Oh, I see people on Twitter. Oh, John Cena and Brock Lesnar, that's the greatest thing. The WWE is on point. Oh, man, Nikki Bella, you're going to get it, Steph.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Adam Rose, I'm a Rosebud for life. And I'm like, yo, man, please. I'm not saying I'm saying, if you enjoy the show, enjoy the show. If you're not like me and you're just looking at it from an entertainment value and you're entertained by all this, by all means, player. Like Teddy Long say, by all means, player, that's you. But me, I'm like this. I just want to see good fucking action. You don't have to be on the mic 50 million times. I like a good segment when people talk once in a blue moon. It gets me excited. Just show me. At the end of the day, it all comes down to what's in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we care about. This is the reason why me, Chase, Slag Daddy, Solid Monster, all of us are talking about this. Is for the simple fact that we want to see a great match. That's all we eventually want. Do all the extra stuff come in? Yes, of course it does. The entrance and everything, it adds icing to the damn cake. But what is in that cake is a good wrestling match. And people are just happy for John Cena and Brock Lesnar because it's just 2 big names. I'm looking at it as opposing, am I going to be entertained by this? Am I going to be entertained by 2 guys that really, in a way, don't entertain me in some ways? Brock Lesnar is just a big athletic freak. He can go in, he can do his part, but he's very limited in what he can do. He's just strong as shit. John Cena can't even do he's been wrestling for what, 15 years and can't even still do a damn suplex the right way. So, and I'm not even trained. You can look at The Miz do a suplex and look at John Cena do a suplex, and it's 2 different damn things. So, I don't know, man. I just had to say that, people, if you don't like John Cena and Brock Lesnar, you don't like it. But stop drinking the damn Kool-Aid just because it's John Cena and Brock Lesnar and you're just so used to them feeding you shit, you accept it. I'm going to stay on this YouTube channel for how long it takes. I'm going to be on Chase's YouTube channel until shit changes. We have to be the voice that people have to hear, Chase, because this shit is crazy. People, oh, God, it's okay. At least Damian Sandow's getting a check. Like, what?
Yeah, no, that's not okay. It's just like, to me, it's just like it's sad, dude, because it's like people just like accept some of the crap that WWE brings on, and they just like are such apologists to these guys. It's like, stop apologizing to these people. Actually, stand up for once, man. Just stand up and say your voice, man. That's why I come on here. That's why I made this channel, because in 2011, it's just to me, John Cena and Brock Lesnar, I'm not denying the fact that it's a money match. I'm not denying it. I'm saying it's a great money match for sure. But what I'm saying is, really, to be honest, who wins in this situation? Who's the winner? The Cena haters are the winners because Brock Lesnar wins the title. And then we get people pissed off about Brock Lesnar. If you did Cena versus Roman Reigns and you have Roman Reigns win the title, everyone's a winner. That's a winner right there. Yeah, people be like, Roman Reigns isn't ready. Oh, yeah, because Randy Orton was fucking ready. Because Brock Lesnar was ready. Because all those motherfuckers were fucking ready when they won their first world title. You don't know if someone's ready until you give them the ball to run with. If you don't give them the ball to run with, you won't know if these guys are fucking ready. So enough with this not ready crap. You know when someone's not ready is when they're on NXT. That's when you know they're not ready for a WWE World Heavyweight title. That's when you know they're not ready. If they are on the main roster and they can the fan reaction, if they can cut a simple promo, if you can, look at Wade Barrett and Ryback. Those are 2 examples of guys that the WWE did not take advantage of, and look at where their fucking careers are now. Look at them. Ryback is in some shitty tag team with Curtis fucking Axel, and Wade Barrett always gets injured. And he has been through how many fucking gimmicks? I'm just saying. Some guys, yes, they are not ready. But you won't know until you give them the ball to run with. You know you're not ready when you're on NXT. And if this guy right here has been entertaining the fans for over 2+ years, this guy has been entertaining the fans. The fans are loving Roman Reigns. Why not? Randy Orton was in the same time frame as Roman Reigns for the company. You know, fucking Brock Lesnar. You know, he was only there for 5 months and he won his title. I mean, I'm just saying you won't know until you give them a chance. You won't know who's ready until you give them a chance. You know, like the guys that aren't ready are like the Heath Slaters of the world. Like, yeah, you can make an argument. Heath Slater's not ready because they haven't presented him in a way as a main eventer. But I'm pretty damn sure if they presented Heath Slater as a main eventer and fans start to get behind him, you might say, hey, you want to throw the belt on him. All I'm saying is you have to give people chances. You won't know what you have until you give it to them. I just feel Brock Lesnar and Cena is not a win-win situation because if Brock holds the title, like, don't get me wrong. I honestly, Antoine, guess who I'm rooting for in this match? Guess who I'm rooting for in John Cena versus Brock Lesnar?
Who?
John Cena.
You rooting for John?
I'm rooting for Cena so that way the internet fans can show how stupid this match was. No, I'm being dead serious. I want John Cena to win to prove my point that this match was stupid and there was no point in having it. And I know that sounds terrible on me, but it's true. I want John Cena to win so people can just be like, wow, we actually sat there and thought this was going to happen, and then the WWE swerves us, and then this bullshit happens. And I won't be surprised if Cena wins. I'm not even going to random Cena wins. I'm going to just come on here, clap, and say, you guys wanted this. You guys got it. And that was the result. Deal with it.
You know, man, deal with it. Believe that. You know, I am... this is something I have to say. Hulk Hogan was in the WWE. He left, came back. He was with Vince McMahon Sr., left, came back, went to Junior. He wasn't there that long the second time before he got his first title, when he beat the Iron Sheik. Hate Diesel if you want to, call it a failure, but he got the championship at a very early time. You know, Kane got the WWE title at a very short time. He lost it the next night, but they gave him the ball for a day, but he did win at a very short time of his arrival. Undertaker fought Hulk Hogan and won the title. He was there a year and won the title. Roman Reigns was part of the most entertaining group. Roman Reigns is already in the Hall of Fame right now just because of the group. He's already a Hall of Famer. These three guys are already these three are already in the Hall of Fame because of the group. You can say, oh, whatever, the WWE is going to put the Shield in the Hall of Fame. They're going to. Believe me, they're going to. Are they going to be Hall of Famers on their own? That's the question. These guys are already a Hall of Fame group by what they did in WWE, for WWE standards. Now, he's already part of one of the most entertaining factions in a long time. He's on his own. He still gets a good reaction. The only person he has to beat at this point is John Cena.
Yep.
How is he not ready?
Exactly. The thing is also, it's to me, it's like what Schleg Daddy says. If they have Brock Lesnar to keep that belt to WrestleMania 31, it's just a pussy way of giving Roman Reigns the belt because they're afraid of hurting their golden child, John Cena.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 100% right. He's 100% right, and I'm looking at it like, look, oh, he's not ready. He's not ready. First of all, his move, everything that he does, every time I see him wrestle, he's getting more and more quotation ready. But if it's me, I'm looking at it like, look, what you got to lose at this point? Oh, it could hurt him. I was the other way for a while saying he wasn't, but then I really sat down and thought about it, and they said, you know what? What in the fuck do they have to lose at this point? What? That's my point. That's what my opinion swayed the other way to you and Slag Daddy's point. If you're already grasping for straws with your company, you're losing a whole bunch of money. Daniel Bryan having a huge big Daniel Bryan had a huge build up for 7-8 months to win the title. The night after he won the title, the WWE Universe turned on him. Most of them did. Oh, I hate the yes movement. It's annoying. All he does is kick. All he does is do the headbutt and flying knee. All he does is the yes cheers. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of this. He's getting pushed down our throats. Oh, Roman Reigns is getting pushed down our throats.
And think about this. Now that since Daniel Bryan's got injured, how many fucking fans have changed their opinion? I never changed my opinion. I said that they should have given Batista the world title to make a legit heel in the company. But now all these Daniel Bryan fans all of a sudden are like, oh, yeah, Batista should have won the world title. You weren't saying that at WrestleMania 30. You guys said that you would boycott wrestling forever if Daniel motherfucking Bryan did not win the title. So why all the change all of a sudden? I'm just saying this is why sometimes wrestling fans annoy me.
They don't know what the fuck they want.
They just jump around. They just change their opinions. Because I said that, like, I would love Batista to win just to make a major heel for this company. They need a major fucking heel. There's no fucking major heels in this company besides Stephanie McMahon.
Yep.
I mean, really, that's the best heel in the WWE right now. Triple H isn't a heel. He's just some doofus on my TV. Randy Orton is like a little pussy boy. He's like, oh, yes, Triple H, let me suck your dick some more. Kane is so fucking irrelevant. Seth Rollins is probably the next best heel, but he just has booze. Like, there's nothing to really hate about the douchebag. And then who else? So Stephanie McMahon is our best heel? Like, really? This girl's the best heel and no guys can hit her? So stupid.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because she's very limited because she's a female. She can only beef with the Bella twins, Cameron and fucking Alicia Fox and shit. Nobody's really gonna invest in that shit but so much. After this Brie Bella storyline, I don't know what the fuck she's gonna do. I don't know what the hell they're gonna have lined up for. If she ain't gonna beef with Naomi after this or Paige, she got AJ Lee, she got Paige. Now look, I'm gonna tell you this for real. This is gonna pay to WrestleMania. She could feud with Brie Bella, then feud with Paige, AJ Lee, and Naomi. That's 4 people. After that could probably get you to WrestleMania if you stretch it. After that, the hell is there for her to do? So I mean, she's already with Daniel Bryan and doing a feud thing with Triple H over there. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know what? WWE has to find a way to just do what's right within the people. Mm-hmm. People are going to complain regardless. Look, the WWE is having a real big issue with what fans want. I guarantee you a part of this will diminish once the John Cena era is over. A lot of this will diminish. But people are still going to be undecided in what they want. So I say, look, at this point, whether you want to give the belt to Rollins, you want to give it to Reigns, whoever you want to give it to. Well, at this point, I wouldn't give it to Bray Wyatt with how much what's happened to him. But with these guys, you just have to go in a different direction and put the machine behind them. Everybody who wins the championship that's not John Cena does not have the machine behind them. They do not have the commercials. You want to build up a champion? Give Daniel Bryan the title and have him out there making wishes. Have him out there doing the same shit. Not changing his personality, not becoming Mr. Salute and walk out there and talk about how you never give up. Just be yourself and have the camera on him and sell a bunch of his damn merchandise like you do for Mr. Buckethead, and you'll be fine. They don't do that though. They don't give them the ball. You could give Roman Reigns the title and put the machine behind him like you do Cena. Remember, they're trying to make this like The Rock and Austin. Nowhere close, but that's what they're trying to make this to be. When Stone Cold had the machine, The Rock had the machine just with him. They were equal in the machine. And when The Rock was the guy and Austin was the guy, especially like WrestleMania 17 time, they both had that machine. The Rock was the movie star. Stone Cold was the guy coming back because he was the man. They both had the machine. Neither one of them got hurt in the loss. And it was cool. They won't do that with nobody else, man.
And the thing is, here's the thing with Roman Reigns, too. And this is not to insult Roman Reigns because I do like Roman Reigns. I see Roman Reigns as more of the next Triple H and not the next Rock or the next Stone Cold or at this point John Cena. I view him as the guy in the future that feuds with other guys to make that feuds with the other guys that make money. You get what I'm saying? You know how people Jim Cornette calls Triple H that? He calls Triple H the guy who feuded with the guys who made money. That's how I view Roman Reigns. If that's not an insult to Roman Reigns, I mean, we need more guys like Triple H in this industry. I mean, Look at Triple H. I mean, he's the fucking king of kings. He's God. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like you said, like, you know, like they don't try to force feed anyone else but John Cena, and it's just like, I think it was Schleck guy who said this, like, why put all your eggs in this one basket when you could put your eggs in this basket, this basket, this basket, that basket, that basket, this basket down here. Maybe you would see much more better financial success instead of always making this guy a green shirt or a blue shirt or a purple shirt or a red shirt, looking like Barney the fucking dinosaur, you know? Like, they just spread it themselves out a little bit more. The WWE could do so much better with what they have, and that's just the truth. I mean, they just need to learn how to spread out a little bit more. These guys don't know how to spread out to make stars. I mean, it's just ridiculous to me, like I said earlier, that the WWE can't push Cesaro right now. And I'm not trying to be like an internet fan, like, oh, Claudio Castagnoli is the greatest thing of all time. I'm not trying to be like that. What I'm saying is the truth, because here's Cesaro, who the fans just naturally want to cheer. He's an indie guy. He's a guy that a lot of people just naturally like. He can get over with the moves that he does. But yet you turn him heel with Paul Heyman. Fans are marking out for this. How did that turn out for him? How did that turn out for him? Now he's a fucking jobber. He's a fucking jobber, Cesaro. And y'all are just okay with this? I'm not. I think it's bullshit that, you know, we can't have Cesaro in a big match at SummerSlam because they're too busy trying to build up Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins. They can't even build up Cesaro during all this. They can't even build up Bray Wyatt back to where he was normally. So it's just ridiculous. I mean, man, it just really is.
Yeah, man. This is the thing. The WWE talks about the IWC, and you know, I've already been on my rants about, you know, how that whole argument with the WWE is flawed. But this is the thing. Whether it's Cesaro, whether it's Dolph Ziggler, whether it is, some people say Wade Barrett, whether it's Kofi Kingston, whether it's Dean Ambrose, whether it's Seth Rollins, guys who they want to be pushed. Each and every person has one or two things. They at least guaranteed to have one thing that everybody is agreeing with. They all can fucking wrestle. That's all is their agreement here. That's the main point everybody's missing. We talk about all these guys. All of them can wrestle. All of them are wrestlers. We are entertained by their wrestling. The personality comes with it, like a Dean Ambrose, like a Seth Rollins. But these guys can wrestle, and we enjoy them. Antonio Cesaro can speak very well. Not the most entertaining person, but his speech is incredible. I understand it's like when he speeches, it's like I hear a teacher talking to me. And I watch Cesaro, and I'm like, this guy is selling with wrestling. He knows that's how he wins. Daniel Bryan can't talk on the mic. He's not the greatest on the mic. I think Daniel Bryan looks uncomfortable to be in front of 1,000 people.
Oh, dude, Daniel Bryan. No, this is not to insult Daniel Bryan, but that dude's like a fish out of water, man.
Man. He don't like that shit.
He's out there talking on the mic. He's like, yeah, Triple H, they want to see a guy like, man, he's just like feels uncomfortable. And that's not bad. I mean, some guys, they just don't have the gift for gab. Some dudes just don't get, like, look at Benoit. Benoit sucked on the mic, man. He hated talking, man. You know, he just never picked it up. You know, some guys just don't have the gift for gab, and that's fine. You know, like, you don't have to have the gift for gab to be successful in this company. It's shown in the past, you know. People who don't talk do get world title shots. So, you know, it's fine, you know.
Yeah, man. I think you got to give people an opportunity, and you have to not let guys lose all the time to help build them to get to a certain point. I think after SummerSlam is going to be the most critical time. This whole year is going to be the most critical time that WWE's had in a long time, since the mid-'90s, because now you're at the point where your main star is diminishing. He's getting hurt a lot. He needs time off. The guy you're putting in a machine into, which is the problem when you put a machine into one person, they eventually wear down. The main star is not only 60% of the crowd hates him. He's wearing down. You're putting the machine behind one other guy named Roman Reigns, and that's going to create backlash within the next year. People are going to hate him. So you get Rollins, you get Ambrose, you push these guys. Why couldn't we have like the 80s where you had DiBiase, Jake the Snake, Rick Rude, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Honky Tonk Man? All these guys were in a certain branch point where if they weren't World Heavyweight Champion, they were at least Intercontinental Champion and always stayed higher to that point. You don't have that here. Guys just fall off the fucking map. It's like Kofi Kingston will beat Randy Orton 1, 2, 3. Oh, shock finish. Then the next week he's losing 5 weeks in a row. Let me talk about something else real quick. Never in my life, the first thing I did, man, after Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, and Biggie Langston got together, I saw the highlights. I didn't see the segment because I didn't watch that part. I've never, listen, people, I just want to get this off my chest real quick. People, let's grow up, man. I'm looking at all these Facebook groups of wrestling, and everybody's throwing up all these memes, these black jokes and shit. And the N-words being thrown around, man. I mean, let's just please grow up, man. I understand if the new Nation of Domination thing, whatever you guys want to say, I get that. Let's just be mature here. I'm looking at all these Facebook groups, Chase, and I'm seeing so much racism, not only from each side, but I'm not saying it's only for Caucasian African Americans. Mm-hmm. It's Asians to Caucasians. It's African American people saying things back, and it's just very, very childish, man. Let the storyline just build out. Who knows if they're going to do that? Who knows exactly what they're going to do? Maybe they're just 3 guys that probably might do a Nation of Domination thing that's very dwindled, because Farouk and them was getting hate mail. That's how bad it got. But they're not. The WWE is not in a situation right now with how PG they are to do anything racy like that. Just let it build out, man. But please, man, let's all grow up and stop doing these memes and throwing all of these crazy words at each other and all the memes with the jokes and all that, man. Let's just be adults here. Even if you're a kid, just learn to grow up when it comes to stuff like this. I just had to say that, man.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. There's always going to be some race jokes. It doesn't. Yeah,
it's never going to end, man. It's never going to end.
But anyways, Antoine, I want to know what else do you want to talk about before we wrap things up here today? I feel like we have done a good job. So what else do you want to talk about? Is there another topic in wrestling that just screams at you and you want to discuss before we head out?
One last thing, man. I want everybody to, this is not a plug, but I really want to get your people's honest opinion. If you go to Amazon.com right now, put in Roman Reigns, Heart of a Warrior, put in Heart of a Warrior, Montezzi, Monteasy, the new single, Roman Reigns, Heart of a Warrior. You can buy it for 99 cents. It's $1. Come on, it's $1. You can buy it, you can have it, you can do what you want with it. A lot of people have been making fan videos on 2K14 with him coming out to the song. I've got a couple tweets. I've retweeted it.
Nice.
Thank you guys who have inserted the music for the music he has now. I'm not hating on the Shield's music. I'm just saying.
Okay, I just want to say I hate his current theme. It's like the Shield theme underwater. It's like. Woo, woo,
yeah, it just some people say my theme song doesn't fit him, and I respect that. Hey, that's your opinion. I understand. It might not fit him to you. Maybe he doesn't look like a guy that would come out to a rap song. I'm not trying to stereotype it. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, when you hear his music, and if you heard my music to where he was coming through the crowd, compare it and see which one you would like better.
I would like yours better. I think yours is better, man. I like your song better than what he has now. I mean, I'm always one of those guys that say I don't like really that much lyrics in wrestling theme songs. Maybe that's just an old school theme for me, but I like your song. I mean, I think it works, with the scream. I can see fans screaming with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could work. I mean, give it a shot. And I think, if it doesn't work, the WWE has done things in time where guys have come out to themes, and depending on the response, they would keep it or they throw it to the wash after a couple weeks. Play it. WWE, I challenge you to play that record once or twice. See how you see, we could talk business, and if you want to do that, then we could talk business and you could do that. Have them come out, see how the crowd responds. If they respond well, keep it. If they don't, go back to what you originally wanted to do. But I'm just saying, go to youtube.com/MessageMontezzi You can go to cdbaby.com, type in Montezzi. You can go to Amazon. You can it's on Xbox Music, iTunes. Just put in Montezzi, Heart of a Warrior, Roman Reigns, Heart of a Warrior, whatever, Roman Reigns music. It'll come up. Give it a listen. And let me know. Hit me up on Twitter at Montezzi Moore, MonteasyMore. Give me your opinions on what you think. If you don't think it fits him, that's totally fine. I'm an emotional guy because you disagree with me. Trust me. I'm a life coach. I deal with people who tell me I'm wrong all the time. So listen to the record. Check it out. And also one thing, man, I want to give a big shout out. One last thing before you shut this down. Listen, people, subscribe to this man's YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Chase Oliver's YouTube channel. He gives you guys a lot of work. He puts a lot of time into this. I talked to him outside of this. The guy puts his heart, his soul, and his grind into this. Chillingwithchase.com. Please, you guys, subscribe to this channel. Help my man out. Let him build. Let him become the voice of the nation. Not only just like the Slag Daddy and the Solid Monster is, but just his own way, his own. He comes from a younger perspective. Those guys are grown. I'm older. I'm 26. He's younger than us. He speaks more for what's current right now in the way that, you know, people who are younger than us think. So please, people, check him out. Subscribe to this channel. Show him love and support him. You know, check out Chilling with Chase. Share it on your Facebooks, your YouTubes. If you're commenting below, give the page a subscribe. Give it a like, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Do all thumbs up because I barely ever disagree with this guy. And do what you have to do to support this man. Support people who work hard. And that's all I have to say, man.
Thanks, man. And what you said there, like, I give like the younger perspective. Actually, I had like an older gentleman message me on YouTube recently. He's like, you know, I'm an older fan. And I may not agree with anything, but I view you as someone who gives out, you know, how young people think of wrestling nowadays. So that's why I like you. And like he doesn't really agree with all my opinions, but he likes that I give like how younger fans think about it. Because I'm only 21. Everyone thinks I'm like 40 years old or 30 years old. Everyone thinks I'm like some old ass man, and I'm like, no, I'm 21 years old, man. I'm still a baby in this world. Like I haven't even lived to be, you know, a real person yet. So, yeah, so thank you very much for the plug, Antoine. Make sure you guys check out Antoine's stuff, too. I got the website right there that leads to everything. His Blog Talk Radios has great interviews with, you know, freestyle rappers. I believe he has one coming up with an MMA fighter that's a former American soldier, right? He's a former military guy.
Yeah, Eric Prindle. Check it out. The archives, blogtalkradio.com/more2-life. I'm going to have Chase back on soon. I've been doing so much musically that the radio shows kind of I put like a bunch of content on the radio show in the past week. I'm also going to get him and a couple of other YouTube buddies on the show. Wasn't able to do it last week. We're going to get that done soon, where it's just me, him, and two of our other homies, and we're going to get Ross and Chris, I believe, right?
Yeah, Ross and Chris.
Ross and Chris, get the four of us together. We're going to get on the show, and I'll make sure it'll be a long show. We can all spit our points and get a lot of stuff out. So thank you guys for all your support, and I will be back after the next pay-per-view as well.
Yes, Antoine is here every pay-per-view. Sometimes we do them Sunday night, sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday. It all depends on when Antoine is free to do the live stream. Thank you guys for checking this out. We will see you all next time. I hope you guys enjoyed the little discussion. I'll have a video out later today, and it's going to be talking more about Brock Lesnar and John Cena, more in-depth thoughts about both of these guys in general. And pretty much, if you heard what I said about them here, it's going to be kind of the same, but just more in detail. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you all next time. Antoine, peace, my man.
Peace, my man.